Guys, welcome back to Legends of the Lanes. I hope you're enjoying this mini-series from the Friday Frothy. If you are, please like and subscribe and share this with your friends. I've got another great person on today. I'm really excited to reconnect. A great friend of mine. I actually call her my little sis. We've worked together, we've bowled together, and we've shared a house together. She's a legend of the sport in more ways than one. Her mum is also a legend of the sport, and I can't wait to have a bit of a chat. So welcome to the show. Hello, Shelley. How are you, mate? Shelley Devine, or Shelley Devine Neil. So welcome to the show, Shell. How are you, mate?
Good, yourself?
I'm good, buddy. Great to see you again. Been a long, long time.
You too.
Well, it probably hasn't, actually. Yeah.
2020.
When was
We
it?
were over down there for ANC.
Yeah. You're in Western Australia, yeah?
Correct?
It's funny because I know that, but I'm just saying that for the interview. Hey,
I know.
great to see you. I said in your intro that you're an absolute legend of the game, and we'll get into that very shortly. Why? But I also said that the fact that we have worked together, we've bowled together, we've shared a house together. I call you my little sis, and I'm your big bro. So we're sort of family,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. And when I said that you're a legend of the sport, and I also added that your mum is also a legend of the sport. Dot, am I correct in saying that?
No, she was in her heyday, yes.
Yeah. What? I know this is about you, but can we have a quick little chat
Yeah.
about your mum and what she did and what she achieved?
Um, well, I think it all started with her working at Milton Bowl in Brisbane. She got into bowling that way. Um, or what she's spoken about is that they used to have pot nights and things like that on the lanes, and she would just take on the blokes and beat them, and
Yeah, really.
then she got further into it, and yeah, just represented Queensland. I don't think she represented Australia. It was just more Queensland,
Hmm.
and from there, when I came along, I used to be in a bassinet behind the counter at Milton.
Yeah.
So when I actually moved from Townsville down to Brisbane to work, um, I started at Milton. So it was a bit of a, I suppose, following in Mum's footsteps there.
Yeah.
And then Mum was poached to go back to Townsville to um, actually do learn to bowl
Hmm.
and teach all the people how to bowl in Townsville because my stepdad ended up building the first bowling centre outside of Brisbane in Townsville. So she
Hmm.
got a job up there. They didn't know each other at the time. They met through that process. So yeah, and
Wow.
then she trained everyone how to bowl in Townsville.
Wow. Wow. Can I just throw this at you? I said to
Hmm.
you that I call you my little sis, and you call me your big bro, and I had no idea, and I'll honestly say that. As you know, I managed Milton Tenpin Bowl for over 10 years, and I had no idea that your mum worked there or you worked there. That's crazy.
Yep.
How did I not know that?
Yeah, I wasn't there long because I got asked to go work at Greenslopes.
Yep. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so it was
So
around that same time.
yeah, it was probably no, because we worked at Greenslopes together first before you
Yeah.
left.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I was only at Milton for like 8, 9 months
Yeah.
before I
Okay.
moved over to Greenslopes because somebody was leaving and they wanted to put somebody in.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, they got in touch with me. I think it was Ken Sheehan that said,
That.
"Get hold of her. You need her over there."
Yeah.
And yeah,
You fitted in okay.
yeah, did all right, didn't I?
Oh, we had a bloody good team, mate. That was so much fun. I reckon that was the highlight of my working career was working at Greenslopes and with the people that worked there. We just had a
Mm,
really really good crew, and it was just always
exactly.
fun. You went to work and you had fun.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so you've now got a bowling centre. Is that what you're saying up in Townsville?
So yeah, so Dad built the building. He was a builder by trade,
Mm.
but a gentleman by the name of Dick Jeffries actually bought the lanes in and he leased the building from Dad.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Then I don't know how long far down the track, he decided to go and open his own centre and build his own centre. So
Yep.
he took all of his equipment out. In the meantime, Dad, being a builder, built another centre,
Mm.
which is now Kerwin. Um, so in that design, we had 24 lanes, we had 8 international glassback squash courts, and then he added a function room to seat 300.
Yep. Yep.
So that was a big complex in Townsville. When Dick Jeffries took the equipment out of the old building, Dad bought machinery and and re-put it in there and repurposed it as a bowling centre. But in between that time frame when the building was vacant, there was a orange juice company next door called Mr. Juicy.
Yep.
So they actually leased out the building for a while there as well. And then we got back into it, opened it up. Wasn't opened all the time. It was just one of those things where we'd open overnight time for leagues, or we'd come in and open up for schools in the
Yeah. Okay.
area to come and
Yep.
do their school sports
Yep.
process. So yeah, in between all of that, and then
Is
we
that
eventually closed it back down again.
is that because league bowling wasn't that strong during the days that you didn't open? That was the reason.
Um, no, we had league 4 nights a week,
Yep.
and then we just opened for like social play. We got some juniors in there at 1.2 in Saturday mornings,
Yep.
only
Yep.
small, but it was still something. And then we were opened on the weekends. We didn't really have a cafe in there. We just
Mm.
had drinks and snacks and that you could buy while you're bowling,
Yep.
type thing. I think we towards the end we had it licensed as well. I can't remember, but yeah, the big process there was Kerwin
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
centre, which we owned and runs. And when I left school, I went and worked there pretty much 6 days a week.
Yeah. Wow. So 6 days a week, Shell. Does that mean that's where you became a good bowler because you were obviously bowling a lot in the centre?
I did my normal Saturday morning juniors 2 leagues. That was it.
Yep.
As I got a bit older and got my license, I bowled Wednesday nights.
Mm.
That was a big, strong league. I think it was 5 main teams. I think we had like 14 or 16 teams.
Yep.
Could have been more. Um, but that's about it. And with our other centre, which was called Townsville Lanes, I used to sub in some of the leagues there. I actually played mechanic a couple of times too while
Did
the
you
leagues
really?
were bowling. Yeah,
What were they? Brunswick or AMF?
AMF.
They're AMF. Yeah. That's
Don't ask
easy.
me what type
Uh,
they were, just
yeah. No.
AMF.
No. I couldn't even remember these days. It's gone.
No.
It's gone. It's gone too far back now. So you didn't
Mm.
do a lot of practice back in the early days.
No.
You were just
No.
naturally good.
If you say so.
Oh, come on! Your stats say it. Come on, you have. All right, let me tell the viewers. Like, obviously, we're connected on Facebook, and a good mate of yours and mine now, Lee Chalmers, put up a comment of what a legend Shelley is, and put your bio on Facebook. And I got to tell you, mate. Once again, I know a lot about you. Spent a lot of time with you, and I had no idea of the achievements that you had done throughout your bowling career. It is massive, Shell. Absolutely massive. And I'll go one step
Thank you.
further. Yeah, no, thank you needed. You're an absolute. Well, you're on the show, so you're a legend. Um, um, I'm absolutely humbled by the amount of people who I have asked to come on this show, and I've said this before in other episodes, that
Mm.
have said to me, "Oh, I don't regard myself as a legend," or "Oh, I would never," I'm honoured that you even thought of me. We're talking people in the elite of our sport, um, who, it's fantastic that they're humbled by it. But
Mm.
yeah, you're the elite of the elite. So when you've got
Again,
a
I'm in the same boat as all of them. I would
yeah.
not have put me
Yeah,
into that
well,
category at all.
yeah,
Mm.
no, and that's pretty cool. But as I said, your resume tells the story, and all these other bowlers that I've got on their resume tells the story. You know, these people who I've had on, both men and women, have just they're absolute champions. There's some of them that I look up to as my sporting heroes, and I'll be honest with you, Mark Ramsey was one of my heroes. When I started at the bowling centre, I used to go to Clayfield, and I used to score for him. But I always
Yeah.
scored when Mark was bowling. You know, I usually scored for him. A couple of times I scored for Pablo, but and then I got too old and started working in the industry. But yeah, no, kudos, you guys are amazing, and I think you're amazing. Your bowling history in representative more than your tournament, would that be correct? That is far outweighs your wins. You are so good representing Queensland and Australia. Can you take me through some of your wins and who you bowled with and where you've been?
Oh, my first Rockway was while I was still technically a junior bowler. So back in that day, we weren't allowed to compete for money in the juniors, which was the Coca-Cola Champion of Champions, which was a huge tournament run by Ken Sheehan at Clayfield Bowl. So my first year in Rockway was actually here in Perth, in 1987, where I came over and because the nationals, like your teams, your singles, your doubles, was all money, I wasn't allowed to bowl in those. So I only bowled the actual Rockway tournament. I didn't bowl anything else leading up to it. Um, and I have to say, we won that year. So my first, what's the word, foray into Rockway
Mm-hmm.
was a winning
It was
one.
a win. Yeah, well,
So yeah, and I had, trying to remember off the top of my head, Barb Richmond, Leanne Moyle,
phew,
Joellen Day,
phew,
Gail Pekin, Annette Main, myself.
yep.
Can't remember who the seventh bowler was, but then I'm pretty sure Mum was manager, and her best mate Gay Simons was our coach.
Yeah, okay. You got some bowling royalty in that team,
Just a little.
just a little. Hey, where did you
Um,
where did you sit it? Where did you sit in the bowling section there? I mean, obviously, I would say later on in your career you would have been anchor bowler for your solid aggression and sparing to close out a game.
um, as the years went on, yes, I became anchor,
Mm,
but during that phase with those bowlers, no, I was sort of
yep, yep.
middle in there. Yeah, that
I mean,
was 87, 88. We went to Melbourne, and there's a good story behind that one in Melbourne.
hmm,
It's the only year that I'm aware of still that all states, male and female, finished in the same order.
yeah, really,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah. So
wow,
men and women all finished in the same order for their states.
yeah,
So
yeah. That'd be
yeah,
hard.
that's
That'd be
something
hard
that
to.
I always remember.
Yeah, it'd be hard to repeat. Bloody hell! How many
Yeah,
teams was it? Just the seven, six, seven?
uh, eight,
Was eight? Because I know they brought
eight.
in New Zealand and something to some
Yeah, no,
team.
that wasn't until later on.
Yep,
Back then, it was just the eight states,
North
territories
Northern
were
Territory. Yeah,
involved.
yep,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Wow.
ACT. Yeah,
Yeah,
and that was the first year they brought in the youth award.
yep.
It was brand new for the youth bowling in Rockway, which I won along with a good friend of ours,
Mm.
Carl Bottomley. We were the
Bottoms.
first recipients of that.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, so that was good, and I actually managed to win it again a couple of years later at Rockway. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
You've you
which was
you've won.
good. I didn't
You've
think I was eligible that year, but yeah,
yeah. Okay. What? Because you grew up.
yeah,
You weren't a youth
got
anymore.
old,
Got old. We all getting old. Oof. Bloody hell.
aren't we, Dust?
Yeah, sure are. Hey, you've won a lot of Masters events over the years as well. I don't have all your placings here in front of me, but from what I've seen, the Masters wins are huge.
Mm, yeah,
Mm.
I think the biggest. I mean, I won a few in juniors, coming into seniors, my first year in seniors was actually a great year for me all round with Rockaway wins and everything. But
Yep.
I also won that year Townsville Masters, North Queensland Masters, and Queensland Masters, all undefeated that year.
Wow.
And the the Queensland Masters was actually held in Mackay that year,
Yep.
and it took me 14 hours to bowl my 8 or 10 games to win it.
How come?
Because it's only a 16 lane centre and they had 32. So the men went on, bowled their bracket, came off, ladies went on, bowled their bracket. And back in those days, it was you went through the winners and the losers bracket.
Yep. Yep.
So as I was undefeated, I had to wait a couple of rounds before I played the final. So yeah,
That would have been fun. Your thumb swelling up and not fitting into the bowling ball. Bloody hell. Hey,
yeah,
crazy. So with your actual bowling show, and as I said to you before, I in your later stages of, or when you got out of youth and you became an established bowler, I would imagine, and as you said, you were an anchor bowler because of your pure strength and aggression. And I don't know how you would see this, but when you were in full flight bowling, I would put you in the same sort of ranks as like a Tom Curry. You were fierce, like you wanted to win. Yeah,
yeah, white
something.
line fever, like everybody.
Yeah, I mean, you locked in. You locked in. I mean, and there were some times that we bowled in league together, and so you were always obviously our anchor bowler because you were the best bowler on the team. But man, when you needed to strike out to win a game, bang, 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 crazy, crazy, crazy. So, hey,
Yeah,
got a question for you. I would
sure.
rate you. I'm wrapping you up here. I would rate you as probably one of the best spare throwers I've ever seen in the game. Whoa, that's a big statement. How did you
That
become
is a
so?
big statement.
How did you become so bloody good? I mean, seriously, like, you tell me how many spares in your lifetime you could probably count. I mean, that you've missed 20.
So I got worse as I got older.
Well,
Um,
that's natural. But when you were actually bowling in your prime, man, you didn't.
um,
You would nut out a 190 just in spares. You know, just
yeah, and I suppose back in those days too, we didn't have the technology of the bowling balls that we do see these days. So it was an important part of the game back then, and something that was always told to me and from mum and a couple of others that if you look after your spares, your strikes will come.
hmm
And also, your strikes aren't really worth anything unless you can get three, four, five in a row
yep,
to actually build on that score.
yep,
So that always stuck in my mind that I needed to, do my spares,
yep,
and they're important.
yeah,
And managing 14s for ANC a couple of years ago, I had some bowlers that they want to improve their game, and we brought them into our other team, and I had to try and explain also scoring to some of them
hmm
and the importance of taking a maximum on your splits, especially after a strike, because of the extra pins that you get and how it can result in you winning your point
yep,
by one pin because you've taken that maximum before. But not only that, your team game could be so close
yeah,
that those extra pins that you've gathered from your split can also help in your team game.
yep,
So that has been, as I said, that's been a big part of my bowling and something I've always had in the back of my mind are those little quotes that were told to me all those years ago.
great, yeah, great things to pass on. And I've said this a couple of times. I'm hoping that some of the young kids might be watching this and coming through and listening to the guys who
Mm.
yourself. Bradford gave some information, on Ian Bradford on changing wrist positions and setting up and lining up. And I think that's for this particular platform, it's invaluable for these young kids coming through. I'm sure they'll find
Mm-hmm.
out themselves. But if someone like the elite bowlers of the past, such as yourself, can help out in something so small in this video, that
Mm.
and it's so true. You know, your sparing, if you can't, I mean, I was atrocious at sparing. I could throw strings of strikes, no problem at all. But my
Mm.
sparing was atrocious, and I never became a good bowler because of that reason. So, kids, if you're out there watching, eat your vegetables and practice your spares.
Exactly.
Well, I wouldn't worry too much to the veggies, but practice your
Yeah.
spares.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and let's just go back to your team environment, Shell. What did you prefer? Did you prefer a singles game, or did you prefer to be in that team environment?
Um, Probably both, actually. As you mentioned, my aggression, my white line fever, and my
Yep.
singles component, but also I do like the team environment as well. I love
Yeah.
getting out there bowling with a team, especially like Rockways or the ANC as it is now, um, competing in that sense. I mean, I gave up bowling a few years back. I've
Mm,
been subbed in to ANC twice in the last 3 years
how'd that
because of
go?
injury in our teams. Oh, great. Um,
did,
First
did
year was really good.
Yeah, yeah, you won something, didn't you?
No, no, not at ANC. The year, my first year that Perth Extreme had a team in, we came
Mm,
to Hobart.
mm-hmm.
Um, and again, I got subbed in 3 weeks before we were due to go. Hadn't picked up a bowling ball in nearly 2 years.
Wow.
Um, and I just said to the guys, look, I'll just bowl. I've got the uniform. I'm going away as manager anyway. I'm going to be there. I'll just play a manager player instead. I'm not going to
Yep.
let my team down and
Yep.
have these 5 girls having to bowl all the games themselves. No, I'll come in. Well, I started with a 240, 230, 250.
It's mind blowing.
um,
It's absolutely mind blowing.
yeah. I didn't bowl the Masters component of that event. I went, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to sit down. I'll just bowl the teams event because that's what I'm here for.
After two
I think I
years.
bowled 15 out of the 19 games and averaged 201 or something for not having bowled for
2 years.
3 years. Yeah,
3 years.
3 years. Yeah,
My goodness.
two. Yeah.
That's as I said, that's mind blowing. That's elite. That's elite stuff. I yeah. I'm sure we went to the dinner and you had to get up and you were presented with something.
Oh no, I went up and got Benita's award.
Oh, it wasn't yours. Oh, you could have said it was yours.
No,
Could talk it up.
no, nah,
Nah.
no, because somebody will know the truth and come back at me anyway. So
Very,
no.
very good point. Very good point.
Yes.
Oh man.
So no. So yeah, last year, I know we were just talking about Benita with the award. She actually had to pull out 3 days before we went away
Mm.
to ANC. So Super Sub is
Oh,
called in again.
Shelley, the super sub, comes in again.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
How
yeah.
long's it been since you've bowled now?
So
Are you actually bowling
since
in a league?
no, since
No.
ANC 22. So
Yep.
3 years.
There's a pattern evolving.
I've told these guys no more.
I, I,
Um,
I don't believe that, but yeah.
yeah, righto, whatever. So I'm like, oh great, here we go. That was the Tuesday night. Wednesday night, I went and did a bit of practice with Craig. We looked at my gear. He goes, I've got a bowling ball for you that I'll drill up and bring over with me to help you out. I went, cool, great. Left on the Saturday. Bowling didn't start till the following week, so I had a few days in Brisbane prior. Go up there and I decided to bowl the ultimate Tenpin Cup, which is like the Masters back in the day. I shouldn't have done that. I hurt myself. But in saying that, after the 9 games qualifying, I was sitting 12th with a 198 average. And then I bowled another. I had to go back the next day and bowl another 6 games, but I could only get to 5
Wow.
because I'd torn something or pulled muscles or ligaments up in my arm
Yeah.
and I just had to pull out. But
Yeah.
still was averaging, up in the high 190s for
Nearly 200.
those 14 games. Yeah.
That's insane. Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And look,
Yeah.
Can I also credit that to your bowling style? And once again, if you're a young person who never saw Shelley bowl, and you were on the Coke Classic, weren't you?
Yep.
Yep. So you might be able to see Shelley on YouTube on Coca-Cola Classic, but your style of bowling was just very easy and deliberate. Nothing complicated in the way that you bowled. You bowled fast, you bowled hard, and yeah, you had a fair amount of revs on the ball, but because the speed that you threw the ball and the weight, you used a 16 pound, didn't you?
Back then, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever used a 16 pound ball, so bloody hell, mate, that's incredible.
Nah.
So, hey, listen,
Not
just
as
while
fast and quick these days.
no, no. While we're talking about your bowling and the ball reaction and stuff, how did you go? Because your style would have been the number one suited bowling style for reactive resin when it came out. That must have really impacted your game and given you such a bigger shot.
Yes. It took a lot to obviously make adjustments to my game as well.
Hmm.
Even with the equipment now these days. Um, and I'm a lot slower, a lot older, slower. But yeah, um, yeah. But I'm just me. I just get
Yeah,
up and bowl.
it
And
wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter if you were bowling with a tennis ball; you'd still knock them over.
no, I'm sorry, but I'm one of these people. You hear them talking about, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I'm like, nah, I just get
Yep,
up, do the basics,
yep,
you know. And I've said to a few people over the years who feel like they're struggling and everything, oh, I've gone out to this and shooting this. I'm going, just go back to basics.
yeah,
Go back to the middle. Go back to the where you started from. Try it
yep, yep.
and just see how it goes.
Were you able to do that? Like if you were bowling in a tournament, whether it was just a local tournament, whether it was a state tournament or a national tournament, if you're having a bad block or you're just having a real bad run, were you the sort of person that you could dig yourself out? Just exactly what you're saying, go back to basics.
Yep.
You could,
Yeah.
because a lot of people
Yeah.
get to that stage and it's sort of like, it's gone. I can't do
Mm.
anything. But you
Mm.
had the mental ability to actually get yourself back into the game.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
I needed to, yeah.
Yep.
What am I doing wrong? If it was on that pair and I was struggling, I just tried a few things.
Yep.
And if they didn't work, yep, go back to basics, or I'd find something towards the end. Great, let's move on.
Yeah.
That might not be the case on the next pair,
Yep.
but what I'll do is I'll go back to what I was doing before that block. I'll start again and just see what this pair are doing. But
Yep.
yeah, but again, I wasn't a big hooker of the ball either.
Mm.
So
Mm.
I was more that little bit down the line, tail end type thing. So
Yeah.
I didn't find that I had to move a lot in my game.
Yeah.
And it's something I still sort of do these days. I don't really move a lot in my game when I bowl.
Yeah. And your sparing ability would have got you through those games anyway, just to belt out a number and then wait for
Yeah,
the strikes to come. And the
yeah.
funny thing, Ian Bradford's interview, and I asked him the same question: how did you get out of a slump, when you weren't scoring well? And you know what his answer was, and this is just a fantastic answer. Well, got to be honest, Jeff, it didn't happen that often. And I think that is so cool. I mean, and
Yep.
that's why you guys are the elite of Tenpin bowling, because yeah, it doesn't happen very often. For a mug like myself, it happened every night. How am I going to get out of
I
this sort
mean,
of thing?
if I was to go back to bowling now, it probably would happen a lot.
Yeah,
But then
yeah,
that's just me having to get my body back into it. And
yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's the old saying, it's like riding a bike.
Yep, yep. How did you?
Obviously,
Yeah, you're right.
obviously in 2022, I had a good bike that I could ride on to be able to bowl so well for someone who had
Yeah.
bowled for 2 years.
What was
So
what?
even last year,
What was the word in the bowling centre? What were people saying about this Shelley Devine or Shelley Neil, who's come out of bowling out of 3 years, hasn't bowled, and look what she's doing. She's beating us, beating her asses. Was there
I
much going on?
I just laughed at him. I just laughed. I said, "Look, I don't know what's going on. I'm just being me. I'm just bowling.
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't picked up a ball for 2.5 years, 3 years, whatever it was. Um, I just I only found well, I mean, 3 years ago, I found out 3 weeks before, so I had a little bit of time to prepare. Last year, I didn't. I was lucky if I'd bowled 6 games before I actually bowled the ultimate Tenpin Cup that
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
I mean, we had unofficial practice. I bowled a couple of frames or, moved on that, but that was it. I'd had enough.
It's
Move
such a
on.
it's such a cool story to tell. I'm so glad you came on to actually tell that story because I didn't know it. I mean I knew that
Yeah.
you hadn't bowled for a while, but for everyone else to
Mm.
know that, I think that's pretty cool. So,
You
so
fixed
Shell,
it.
yeah, no, good, it's good. Hey Shell, just talking about ball reaction, you didn't have a lot of revs and stuff. How did you go when you came up against an oil, a long oil condition? How did you master that?
Just did what I had to do. I
You
didn't
were able,
do too much.
you
I
were
may,
able,
I'm not one of these big technical people when it comes to this sport, unfortunately.
yep,
As much as I love the game,
yep.
I just did my minor adjustments, did what I had to do, and yeah,
So did
I got there
was
in
it
the end.
Was there a point where you had to actually point the ball and change direct to the pocket?
Probably more so, yes, that.
Yep.
Or it was just, I'm not a big mover on the approach or a big, oh, I need to go deep here or whatever. I would work within a small 10 board area, I would say, if anything.
Yep.
Um, I'm just one of these people that just, oh, that's where I want to put the ball, that's where I'm going to put the ball.
And
And
were you a pinpoint accuracy hitting a board, or were you hitting an area? How did that work?
area's more my probably range, but
Yep.
yes,
Yep.
if it was, if the area was working and I was getting the results, then
Happy
I
days.
just went with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A dot
No.
bowler or a dot bowler or arrow?
Out there somewhere.
Oh, you're a gem. You're an absolute gem.
I'm giving away my secrets here now. Come on.
All the success and it's just whatever.
Oh, it's
I
out
love
there
it.
somewhere.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Hey, let's get away from bowling just for 2 seconds and talk about work. As we said in the beginning, you and I worked together for many years at Greenslopes and had some of the best time. Anything stick out in your mind of things that happened when we worked together in the bowl?
We had fun.
We had a lot of fun.
We did. And it came across to the customers, especially
Yeah,
on Friday and Saturday nights when we had rock and bowl. We'd always have
yeah,
fun and
yeah.
carry on.
Yep.
Probably had a little bit of fun when the doors were locked as well, but
Rugby bowling. We used to play lawn bowls up on the concourse. Do you remember that?
yeah.
We'd use
We
bowling
played
balls.
football with tissue boxes.
Yep, yep. And open up all the machines and let everyone in and on the computer games. So everyone had free games. We just load them up for credits and all our friends would come in and play. Uh, we had
Oh,
some really good
we
times.
did, we did,
Had some
and
really good
that's
times.
what it's all about.
Yeah,
Is having good times.
yeah, yeah. And as I said to you, the crew that we work with the whole time, people came and went, but it was generally always good. And I don't know if you know this or not, but I was actually employed at Greenslopes Lanes because of the rock and bowl. Paul Loveday, the manager at the time, came down and
Yeah,
asked me, would you be interested in coming in and doing a microphone? And this is probably why I do this, but
yeah.
I said, oh yeah, mate, I'll give it a go. And it just went from there, from being on the microphone 3 days a week to 4 days to 5 days, and then to assistant manager to a manager at a bowling centre. So there you go, a little bit about me. Whoops.
There you go.
There you go. But no, they were fun days. They were really, really fun days. And sharing a house together was just as much fun. There was always something going on at our place. Always something.
There was a few good parties back in those days.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, it's another thing that we talk about on these episodes. It's why is bowling such a good sport? It's because the friendships that you make in Tenpin bowling, And I reckon, Shell, all those parties that we had back then, we could probably have a party now, and most of those people, if they were around, will still come. You know, we're
Absolutely.
we're still all good mates with all these people. It's an incredible sport, absolutely incredible sport.
Doesn't matter where we live, if we all come together,
Yeah,
it would be
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. And let me dive into that, because it doesn't matter where you live. You're living in Western Australia, and I've got to imagine, and I've had this talk with Craig Blackett before, about how tough it must be living on the other side of the country, not having the amount of tournaments, or having to travel to major tournaments in Sydney and Melbourne and Brisbane. But before we go into that, I just want to give a bit of a shout out to Lee Chalmers, because she's doing amazing things over there. I talked to her about her organising tournaments, and she's always trying to put on events for bowlers over in WA, and I'm hopefully going to have Brian Bates come on soon, and I put Brian in that category where, wow, he does a lot for Tenpin bowling. He always has. And yeah, kudos to Lee for what she's doing over in Western Australia to give bowlers something to bowling. But how tough is it over there to actually, have to do all that travel?
Well, she's dragged me into that side of things.
Mm.
So we got WA Tenpin Circuit up and running a couple of years back.
Mm-hmm.
So where we put on 6 to 7 scratch tournaments per count during the year to try and keep the bowlers engaged with bowling, giving them
Yep.
something
Yep.
to come and bowl in. They're a bit of a skins tournament, so you still got 9 games of qualifying. We pay out highest placed, open bowler, female, seniors, youth. We've got all those divisions. But we give cash prize money back for if you finish top, even if you don't make the next stage if we have one, or we just have 9 games straight.
Yep.
So while unfortunately she's injured at the moment, while she was bowling, then I'd run them. So
Yeah.
I'd
Okay.
be doing all the scoring, I'd do all the mic work. I was like tournament director for that.
Yep.
So I still do that now. We've got another tournament next month. So she sort of got me back into the swing of things, even with ANC when that started up. She and Craig rang me, and I'm like, I'm not bowling. I'm not bowling. No, 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 we don't want you to bowl. We want you to be manager. Okay, manager I can do. I'm not bowling.
Yes, you
Little
are.
did I know, I'd have to bowl.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah, so along with that and with her unfortunate injuries at the moment, she and I sort of manage the ANC teams now.
Yep. Yep.
Um, but she's just a big sports fanatic, no matter
Yeah, I
what it
know.
is.
I know. I know.
Football,
I love that about.
soccer, tenpin bowling, cricket, everything. She's always
Yeah. Yeah.
watching sport. She's always sharing results. She's an avid Eagles supporter over here, even though it's doom and gloom for us. But hey, we're
Yeah.
doing better this year than last year.
Yeah. Same with us.
Um,
Yep.
yes, yes. She's right up there with all of that, and she just wants people to be able to bowl and bowl in things.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Good on her.
state championships are coming up. She's going to help out with those, all of that type of stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'd love her to come on and do a segment on the Friday Frothy. Come in and do a news update. I've asked her, but
Yeah,
also,
good luck with that.
yeah, I know. But the time difference also is very hard as well.
Yeah.
So, but it'd be nice to have her come on and just have a little segment of updating sports, even if it was Tenpin bowling. What's been happening. So I just saw yesterday that Danny Wiseman has won a seniors PBA tournament, and he has won a PBA tournament every decade for the last 50 years, I think. So there's bowling, as you said, it's just in your blood. It just keeps coming back. So
That's
there you
it.
go.
No,
There you go.
she's doing great work over here for the
Yeah, good
bowlers
on you.
of WA.
Good on you,
Yeah.
Lee. It's fantastic. It's some of the stories that she told me, and I thought, she actually, when she was talking to me about the tournaments, and she was asking me for ideas of what I used to do, and I actually got a bit of a buzz out and thought, wow, I could go back and do this, because I miss that side of the business, running tournaments
Yeah.
and doing that sort of thing. But no, congratulations, Lee. That's fantastic. I know she'll be watching. So, all right, Shell, it's been a great honour to catch up with you, mate. And I'm hoping that a lot of people are getting a lot of good stories out of this and some advice in your bowling. But what we do here at this stage of the show is we do a Frothy Six-Pack, and it's 6 quickfire questions, which are never quickfire, but I do say quickfire, but sometimes they last an hour. But I'll start you with number 1. Who was your most feared opponent? Who did you hate getting up to in the final?
Probably Sue Cassell.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay.
Sue, so because I grew up in that era, there's probably the Sues, the Jeanette, Ruth Gerster,
Yep,
the big main players back in that day were probably
yep.
my biggest ones. Yeah,
How cool is it? Sue's still winning.
I know,
She's
it's amazing. She's fantastic.
incredible. We were scheduled to have an interview last week or the week before, but she hasn't been able to come on, so I haven't had that talk with her yet. But I don't know if it'll be before this interview or after. But yeah, she sent me a picture of the ANC where she actually won there. So
Yeah, back to back.
yeah, crazy, absolutely crazy.
I don't
So
know.
still got it. Number 2, your favourite. This is going to be hard for you because you've got so many. Your favourite bowling centre of all time.
Oh, ah, I shouldn't go past home, should I?
Well, it's up to you.
Um, yeah, too many to choose from.
I
I'd have
thought
to
this.
say, obviously, growing up as Kerwin,
Yeah.
because that was
Yep.
my home centre.
Yep.
When I moved to Brisbane, I'd have to say, again,
I'll make it
I
easier for
bowled
you.
at a few.
I'll
Yeah,
make it easier for you. What's your favourite bowling centre to bowl in?
again, too many.
I haven't made it easy, have I?
No,
All right.
it's way
I'm
too hard.
I'm going with question A. We're going to go Kerwin, and
Just,
I'll put it.
just stick with Kerwin.
I'll put Greenslopes in because you work with me. Okay. Number
Yes,
3.
of course.
Number 3. What's your most memorable win?
I mean, you can never take away from Rockway because back in the day, Rockway was
Mm,
just that elite team tournament that you wanted to get into.
yep.
I know states used to have, 20, 30 bowlers in each division rolling off to make that final 7
Mm,
positions to go and represent your state. Um, but I also can't take away my wins from when I represented Australia.
100%.
Um, I never got a gold medal, but my silver and bronze, you know, I take that with me
Yep.
as an honour to represent my country and actually to win a medal for my country. So
Yeah.
that would be the pinnacle of it for me.
Just quickly, I've asked this question to others. What was it like when you first got selected to wear the green and gold? What was the feeling? Do you remember the day?
Oh, yeah, because it was a letter in the mail because we were
Ah,
back way back in those days.
snail mail. Yeah. Okay.
I got home from, was it school? I'm trying to think when was my first. No, it wasn't school. I'd finished school. Must have
Yeah.
come home from work that day, and there was a letter addressed to me from ATBC back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And so I opened it up. Congratulations, Shelley. You've made the youth team to head to Tokyo in August. And it
Wow.
was like, oh, wow.
Wow.
Um, yeah. So there was a phone call to mum, dad, just to let them know I've made it. I'm going
Yep.
away. So, yeah.
Yeah. And that was always your goal. That was your goal to represent Australia, or was it one of your
Well, that
goals?
was it at the time,
Yep.
pretty much.
Yep.
I know when I bowled Coca-Cola Classic in '88, Dana Miller-Mackey was out
Mm-hmm.
bowling as well, and Steve, her husband, and those bowlers who are watching this, Steve Mackey was high up back in the bowling industry. Moved to America where he currently lives now, but just even speaking to him after the show, and Dana, they gave me some praise as well. And back in those days, thought I could go over to the American
Yeah, really.
circuit,
Yeah, okay.
but I never got to that far. But representing my country was the biggest
Yeah,
achievement.
yeah. It's quite an honour. It's
Three
huge.
times, 3 times, 4 times, 3.
4 times 3 is 12.
Don't know, four
Dad,
times. I'm
dad
just trying to
joke.
remember how many times I went away. 3 youth, 1 adult. Yeah,
Yeah,
4.
okay. 4 times. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Told you it was quickfire.
Yeah,
Number 4. Who did you look up to as a bowler? Who were your influences? Who did you love watching?
pretty much Sue and Jeanette back
Yep.
in the day.
Yep.
Yeah, because they were obviously the pinnacle. Ruth, as I mentioned, but I was more Jeanette and Sue.
Yeah. Yep.
And I
Yep.
better throw in Dottie as well.
Yeah. Good on you. I'm surprised you haven't told the key story. Um,
Well, we've still got time, haven't we? No.
well, we have. I locked your mum out of the house, didn't I? She came to stay, and I don't know where I went shopping or went to work, and she came back, and yeah, she couldn't get in.
Couldn't get in the house.
And I have worn that now for what, 30 years, 20 something years.
No, over 30.
Every time I see her,
Yeah.
lock me out of the house.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Doc. Please, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And she mentioned it last night when I said I was talking to you today. Ask him
Oh
if
my
he's found the
God.
key yet.
It's under the mat. Number 5, one tournament that you'd love to bowl again. Can be a tournament that you never won, or a tournament that you loved bowling and you'd want to win it again, or you just loved the atmosphere of that tournament.
If we could get, I mean, ANC now, that they, like last year, they've got 20 teams of both male and female, which is bringing back the old Rockway feel.
Mm.
But I did love the old Rockway
Yep.
back in the day
Yep.
as well,
Yep.
just with that atmosphere. Even President Shield back in the day as well, when I bowled that. Um, it's great what Tyson and Morty and Quarter Pin Standings have done to get ANC back up to
Yeah.
what those days were like, and even before Corner Pin Standings with Mark Perry over in Tasmania, bringing that in. Um, it's now built up so well now that we even have overseas bowlers coming and bowling in it.
Yeah, it's huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Getting the
So, I mean,
professionals.
last year's we had the likes of EJ Tackett,
Yeah.
Stephanie Johnson, Verity Crawley bowling in ANC.
It's crazy.
So I know that there's a couple coming again this year
Yeah.
because we've got one in our team.
Oh, have you really? Can you reveal, or
Yeah.
it's a secret?
Oh, no, it's already out there. Crystal Elliott
Yeah, okay.
is bowling, and her partner is Tim Foy Jr. He's bowling with Dynasty Evolve. Josh Murfitt from Devonport.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, Josh. Yeah.
His team,
Yeah.
he's bowling with that. So Crystal was coming out, so we've managed to grab her as well.
How cool. How
Yeah.
cool. That's great.
So I'm
All
not
right.
too sure how many more are coming, but yeah, no. I think the Rockways, ANC now, yeah, it's awesome to see that
Yeah.
many bowlers out there performing and competing against each other.
When I interviewed Kyle Troop, I'm pretty sure that he said the same thing, that we don't have anything like this in the States. He loved it. He
No.
loved the whole atmosphere
Yeah.
and the team environment and stuff. So, yeah, it's a good product. It's a good product. So kudos to bloody,
And
as
it's
you
only
said.
gotten bigger since.
Yeah, Tyson and Morty. I hopefully got Morty coming up soon, so it'd be great to talk to him about the ANC and also his bowling career. He's another one. He never missed a side of Queensland. He was always in the Queensland team. Last question, Shell. Number 6. You're probably not going to care, but what's your favourite bowling ball of all time?
I used to love my Blue Pearl hammer back in the day.
They were the best. Yeah.
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
old wine U dot.
Yeah, that was Bottomley's favourite. He loved the wine U dot. Loved it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Consistent. Just both of those balls. I think the Pearl Hammer and the Wyandotte were just a consistent roll. They never overreacted. They never went early in the heads. They were just a really good all round ball. So,
Yep. No, they were probably two of my favourites back in the day.
well, mate, we're done.
Yay!
You've handled this extremely well, and I'll tell everyone that Shell wasn't real keen on coming on because you didn't really want to talk about yourself. True, and you've done an amazing job. I've got more out of you than I thought that I would, and I've learnt stuff today that I didn't know. So thank you,
See,
Shell.
so I don't like talking about myself. That's why.
Cool. That's cool. But you have, and I've learnt a lot, and I'm sure other people are going to be going, "Wow, I did not know that. I did not know that about Shell." So that's been great. Been great. So thank you so much.
No problem.
Been an absolute pleasure to get you on, and hopefully the people who are watching get something out of this. And if you do, and you want to make a comment below. Please like, subscribe, and share this because it's I think it's great, and I'm absolutely having a ball talking to my mates.
It's amazing.
And making new friends as well. So I'd never spoken.
Nah.
I've never spoken to Ian Bradford before. I've never spoken to Steve Lovell before. Warren Stewart's going to come on. I've never spoken with Warren. There's so many people out there that I don't know, and getting to talk to them is just an amazing thing. So thank you.
No, thank you for doing this. It's great.
Appreciate it. Hopefully everyone's enjoying it. So anyway, thanks, Shell. Really appreciate it. Gonna let you enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon. All right, mate.
Okay.
Thanks so much, Shell.
No problems. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.